Today, I'm sharing an extraordinary near-death experience from someone who had a profound and life-changing journey. This story is both vivid and deeply personal, and you'll find the original source linked in the description below. So, let's dive in and experience this remarkable account. He has titled his experience as "A Male Teen on Drugs and Has NDE." So let's delve right into his trippy experience, told in his own words. As I laid there on the grass, trying to steady my mind and understand what was happening, everything around me seemed to hum, including my own body. My face tingled with an intense fuzziness, my vision narrowed into a tunnel, and a loud buzzing filled my ears. Panic started to rise, though it might have been my body going into shock. Desperate for control, I focused on the grassy ground beneath me. But instead of grounding me, it only amplified my alarm. Then, as if surrendering was my only option, I let go and allowed whatever was happening to take over. The buzzing in my ears intensified, transforming into a pulse of energy that ran from the top of my head right down to the soles of my feet. It felt as though waves of light were moving through me, each one stronger than the last. Then, the light itself appeared, emanating from somewhere inside and above me. The waves of energy and light grew more powerful until they became a steady, overwhelming stream. My vision was consumed by flashes of intense white, like the rapid fluttering pages of a book. Suddenly, I stopped. I was no longer on the ground, but standing before a great funnel of grass-like objects. Looking down through it, I could see the silhouette of my body. The world beyond the funnel had disappeared entirely. I was startled and thought, what the heck is this? Looking around, I saw an endless field of translucent, luminous grass stretching before me. My mind felt sharper than ever, clearer than I'd ever known it to be. The effects of the drugs were gone. I was completely sober and strangely at peace. It felt as though I belonged here. Raising my head, I gazed up at the stars. A gentle breeze brushed my face, carrying a low droning hum that seemed to resonate through everything. The misty atmosphere wasn't fog, but a kind of glowing light that gently illuminated the scene. I felt no fear, only an overwhelming sense of calm and safety. Then, I noticed a tall figure standing at the top of the funnel. Though he resembled a statue, he radiated a quiet power. A figure 4 adorned his chest like a breastplate. Behind him stretched an immense translucent wall, extending infinitely in both height and length. Stars shone above it, and everything around us seemed to glow with its own inner light. As I stood there, my awareness expanded. I became a small speck of consciousness at the feet of an immense seated being. I felt as insignificant as an ant before the great Sphinx of Egypt. Yet there was no fear, only awe and a deep sense of being known. The being radiated brilliant light that pulsed in shades of white, red, and blue. Though I couldn't see its face, I felt its gaze upon me, filled with acceptance and love. I somehow recognized this being, as if I had always known it. What followed was a cascade of impressions, an overwhelming sense of many things happening just outside my grasp, of awareness. At one point, I found myself standing at the back of a vast crowd, all seated before what appeared to be a magistrate or judge. Then, as suddenly as I had left, I was back in the grassy field, standing near the funnel. The vibrations around me intensified once more, filling my entire being. Light surged through me, and I was propelled back through the tunnel of energy and flashes. The journey felt both endless and instantaneous. When the buzzing subsided, I found myself lying on the grass again. My ears still hummed faintly, like the sound of a DJ scratching a vinyl record. The world around me seemed frozen. Slowly, I stood, looking at my friends, who were eerily motionless. Everything, trees, buildings, was veiled in a transparent greenish glow. I began to walk, moving toward what appeared to be a corridor of light at the park's edge. It turned out to be a stairwell leading to an underground parking lot. Inside, the deafening roar of fans removing car exhaust filled my skull, crushing my thoughts. Emerging into the open air was a relief, but the strange sensations continued. As I walked home, the street lamps left trailing images in my vision, as though I were submerged in a liquid world. My heels striking the pavement sent vibrations echoing through my entire body, eventually transforming into a mantra that resounded in my mind. Through it all, a small sparkle of light appeared in the sky and slowly grew brighter. It descended toward me, taking the shape of a luminous flower, its petals shimmering in shades of white, blue, and violet. As it settled upon me, my vision began to clear. The greenish veil lifted and the buzzing subsided. By the time I reached home, I was utterly exhausted. I collapsed on the floor outside my parents' apartment, overwhelmed and unsure of what had just happened. Above me, a soft light bathed me in comfort, and I fell into a deep sleep. When I awoke hours later, I found the strength to turn the key and enter. So, what do you think of this extraordinary account? Did he have an NDE, or do you think he was tripping from his drugs? Either way, thanks for sharing. Please like the video, share your thoughts in the comments, or consider joining my Conscious Chronicles community for exclusive perks as I explore more incredible journeys of the soul. This is Anthony, signing off. Until next time, stay conscious. And if consciousness ever slips away, embrace the journey beyond.